Hello YouTube humans, welcome to another True Skreet video. I'm going to tell you about a really bad weekend I had. Let me get around here. Okay, so Dragula, as you can tell by this diff laying here, was my spare diff, and got a box of gears there. But we had a pretty bad weekend at the NMCA True Street. Couple weeks ago we did St. Louis with a bigger pulley on, 2 less pounds of boost, stock springs, and the car was going 9.1s, 9.0s at 154, 155. Since then I had a drive shaft shattered, broke on launch, and since that drive shaft broke, I didn't know that until basically today, that something else happened in addition to the drive shaft breaking. Actually the diff had spun the clutch packs basically in the diff. And so I've been doing single track passes. I did a whole True Street event in MCA this past weekend, went 940. I've done a whole bunch of 940 passes, and I just could not figure out why the car launches and spins, and I have to get off of it and get back on it. And it keeps going like 7 passes in a row. It's gone 940s at like 153, 54, 55, 56. So it's got the speed for 8s, and I'm like wanting to go 8s so bad, but I just could not figure out what was going on. Well, we actually confirmed it, and I'll show you the videos at the end of this video, that it was spinning single track this whole time. And just twists of fate with things that happened, like at Edgewater, someone hit a deer, and then someone had a huge oil down, and they had a T-top fly out and glass over the track, so I got 1 pass in. So we didn't get a couple passes in and have somebody back there to see what was going on. So anyway, so we found out today that's exactly what's been happening. It's been single track. So it's probably the fastest single track car on the planet right now. 940s, single track, 155 miles an hour. Anyway, so this next weekend is Bowling Green, so I'm gonna scramble as best I can. I've got a wave track from Team Beefcake on the way. It's supposed to be here Thursday, but I'm really hoping it comes Wednesday. So get that in, put that in this diff, which was my backup diff, which has 331 gears in it. Put the 315 gears, which are in that box, back in that diff, get that going, slap that back in the car, and head to Bowling. Okay, another thing I wanted to share with you that happened to continue my nightmare weekend is before I went to the track, went to Home Depot, had to grab something, and someone sideswiped my truck. Busted the taillight out, had white paint down the side of it, a little dent on the back, and took off. I tried to get security footage, they didn't find anything, so thanks to whoever that was. And then at the track, did True Street, and I had my cooler as a Igloo Ice Cube. If you know the Igloo Ice Cube coolers, they're like a cubic, I think it's like a cubic, I don't know, it's actually bigger than a cubic foot. It's probably 2 feet, so 8 cubic feet or whatever. I mean, it's a pretty decent sized cooler, and on wheels with a handle that you tilt out, and I can fit 3 big bags of ice in. So I use that to fill my car up and stage the cooler at the back of the staging lanes up against the fence. And I came back after my passes and it was gone. So I went to the tower and tried to find if I could find it and all that jazz. And finally someone saw who took it, and it was the trash guys took it. So I'm thinking, okay, the trash guys took it, and inside of that cooler was my $75 air pressure or tire pressure gauge, snap-on wrench, and some snap-on tools, about $150 worth of stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, those guys took it, it's going to be lost and found. I'll be able to find this, no problem. And so I got a hold of the guys, tracked them down, and they threw it in the trash compactor in the back. Didn't open the lid. Could have been a severed head in there. Could have been gold bar. Could have been $1 million. Could have been a bunch of beer, whatever. They just chucked it in there. And so I went and found them, and so they uncompacted the trash thing, and sure enough, from the top, bang, bang, my cooler falls down. The lid's kind of mangled, kind of fell off. So I'm sitting there thinking, at this point, the cooler's trashed, but at least I can get my tools back. So the guy admitted he did it and everything, so that was kind of cool. But so they looked through it a little bit and had the lights out, and we never did find any of the tools. So lost my tools, lost my air pressure, tire pressure gauge, and all that stuff. So that just kind of added to the misery of the weekend. So anyway, hopefully next weekend's better. True Skreet out.